Sometimes you want to change yarns, not just because you run out, but sometimes you want to change yarns because you are doing stripes. A few rows of one color, a few rows of the other color. Regardless of the reason you need to change yarns, running out of yarn, or needing to do stripes of another color, most of the time they say in those directions, oh, just start working with your new yarn. And here's the problem. You start just picking up your next yarn and you start to knit. And what happens is that it's unattached at the first stitch. And that first stitch is all loosey-goosey. I hate that. Not only is that first stitch loosey-goosey, where the yarn is unattached, but that old last stitch is also horribly loosey-goosey, and that bugs me to no end. Furthermore, you just start knitting with the new yarn, with the tail hanging there. As you're working, it's just too easy for that tail to slip out and you have lost that first stitch. How annoying is that? Sometimes they will say that you should, when you join a new yarn, be it of the same color or a new color, they say work the first few stitches with both yarns together. But when you do that, those first few stitches are way too bulky. Not only that, but if you're changing yarns because you want stripes, look, both colors show up. And who wants that? Yuck. My way of joining new yarns, be it of the same color or a different color, because you might run out or you might just want stripes. And I know a lot of people say no knots, but you can always take it out later. And to tie one on, take your new yarn. It could be the same color, it could be a different color, I don't care. But you take your new yarn and you scoot it around the old stuff like this, and then you tie the new yarn on itself like that, the simplest possible knot you can do. If you tie one on in such a manner, notice that that knot can slide down the yarn. You want to shove it all the way up close to the needle. Push that knot all the way up close to the needle, and then once you start knitting with your new stuff, notice that that first stitch is anchored. It's in there nice and tight. It will not be too loose. Furthermore, the old stitch is also nice and anchored and tight, and it is not too loose. And so you don't need an overly long tail because it will not come out since you did a simple knot. If you're one of those purists that says absolutely no knots, guess what? It's such a simple knot. It's really, really easy to undo. And so take that knot out and weave your end in.